All right, I don't know what happened, but there's a goddamn InfoWars bumper sticker on the front door.
Yeah, I think the bumper sticker's probably the least of the worries, to be honest.
How bad is the back then?
There's a hole in the side of. There's like somebody went into a vent. It looks like
Somebody got into the vents.
In which
and it looks
where
like
at?
multiple people.
They fell into the porn room.
It had to be.
Probably a couple of these perverts trying to get, the door was locked. They panicked.
We leave for a weekend, and these. All right, next time we leave, we're gonna just throw a few of the older porn. The ones that maybe people aren't buying as much or renting as much. Well, let's just toss them in the back.
Yeah.
Just to maybe mitigate this, because this is nuts, dude.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
This is a learning opportunity for the three of us.
Because
I'm not gonna. I went into the porn room that way. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, but you went into the vent. You didn't force it to fall.
Well, yeah, I didn't take the fucking ceiling out. Don't get me wrong.
And that's plaster. That's not like drywall. That's like a tradesman who's got to do that.
I've hung it a few times.
Yeah, and I can't. And we obviously, because of Kron's condition, we have no rubbing alcohol, so I can't get that bumper sticker off.
That's going to be up there forever. Unless you have. Do you have rubbing
Addiction.
alcohol?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we'll just leave the bumper sticker up then.
But to be fair, at least the building is still standing.
Mm-hmm.
It's here. It looks like the puppet section is still there.
Yeah.
Untouched. It's pristine.
What's
As
going
it
to bum
should
me,
be.
though, is obviously on the way back from Nashville, we had to go by the fucking big wall. And they're doing better than ever.
Yeah, that place. Like, you see how shiny those fucking windows were?
Yeah.
Birds were flying into them.
How do they have that much window money? We keep going over there breaking those damn things. I don't get it.
You know what we need?
Maybe we need to burn
fucking
down the window factory.
No, I thought you should say burn down. I was going to say we need some fucking Fritos, dude.
I like the idea of burning down the window factory.
Yeah.
Where's it even at?
Then they can't get any more windows.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
Kron, your stepdad used to work there, didn't he?
He still does.
Which one?
Yeah.
I hope he's there when we burn it to the ground.
Okay. So one of the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
okay. We still got the VCR. Is it working? They didn't take that, did they?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to smoke in here. There's already a lot of cigarette butts on the ground. So
Well,
I'm just
there's a huge hole in the ceiling, so it's going to ventilate.
I think let's all have a cigarette.
We made it through all of Nashville with me not smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Well, I bought a pack the last time we stopped.
From Instacarton?
Mm-hmm.
Right on, dude.
It's good service.
Yeah. Dan, is the Trapper Keeper there by your feet?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay. There's only nine pages in there, huh?
Uh-huh.
Why was there like a gel fusing it together like that?
Oh, it's the Velcro. Trapper Keeper, dude.
Yet every once in a while you got to spit on the Velcro to reactivate it.
That's a
Kron.
wet Velcro, Dan.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Lisa Marie, dude. It's old. Lisa Frank, whatever her name was.
Lisa Marie,
Ian Frank?
give me back my Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, I just got mixed up with
I can't do
Anne
all
Frank
this.
and Lisa Marie.
I'm
Stop
not
swinging
Kron.
those pillows so hard, Scylla.
Fucking common mistake.
All right, but there's only 9 pages in there, right?
1, 5. Yeah, 9.
It's kind of bumming me out that that's not a nice round number.
What are you thinking?
I think fuck it, let's do a rewind.
Welcome back, everybody, to 5-Day Rentals. We are the video store podcast. I'm Laundry Dan, and tonight we've made it almost a full, it was almost a year, but not quite, not what I wanted. We're doing a fucking rewind. It's the Rewind 10. I can't do it alone. I'm here with, two VHSs that were never rewound when they were returned. Kron, Howard, and Bones. How are we tonight, gentlemen?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm back in the future, dude.
Whoa.
We'll never cover that movie here.
It seems like my credits are so awesome that people just got captivated and they didn't remember to rewind.
Let me do it again.
They sat there and watched them.
I can't do it alone. I'm here with two VHSs that were returned by two customers that never did rewind their movies. Kron, Howard, and Bones. How we doing?
It sounds like I'm still.
That was more confusing, wasn't it?
It sounds like I'm still the VHS that never got rewound. God. It's just there's another character now that.
No, you were the guy that returned the movie without being rewound, and now you're getting fucking charged the extra 50 cents.
If you say so, man.
Are you just calling me a Brewster's because I can afford the rewind fee?
How pissed off was it when they were like, wait, we can't charge rewind fees for DVDs? They're like, no.
We'll find a way.
Like the customer won when DVDs came out. Like that was like a rare capitalist win for the customer.
There was one time we had 2 or 3 VHSs, took them back, got there, realized one of them was still at home.
I can't.
My dad was livid.
I remember Movie Gallery. Yeah, they would return them with no DVDs in them all the fucking time.
Yep.
We call and like leave a message. Hey man, you didn't give us the disc.
It was Sister Act 2. That was the VHS tape that was still at home.
Hey, Monster House,
you know
you
it
didn't
so
return
much?
a disc.
What's that, Bones?
Is that why you are so familiar with Sister Act 2? Because
I still got it.
You had a free copy?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't free.
I took a Blu-ray back. Actually, it might have been a video game. I took one back to Blockbuster one time, and I was like, this thing is scratched. Like, I can't get it to play. And they were like, Blu-rays don't scratch. I was like, I get that a selling point of them is that there's like an extra layer or some shit. I was like, but this thing is scratched. And I popped it open and showed them. And I was like, look at how scratched that thing. Like there's chunks missing. And they were like, well, what did you do? I was like, I just left here 20 minutes ago. Oh. It's probably like Assassin's Creed 3 or some shit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some 6-year-old got mad and stabbed the hell out of it.
But it was like a shit ton of effort on my part because I just wanted to play a video game that weekend that I wasn't going to buy. And I had to make 2 trips to the BB for it. Fucking sucked.
I remember Netflix disc sent me one and it was cracked in half. Like you could like move it. It's like, what the fuck?
Somebody was asking me this week if I had been a Netflix subscriber long enough that I used to get the DVDs. I was like, yeah. It was awesome.
It was great.
I have the same level of nostalgia for that I do the video store, honestly. Because I appreciated the creating the queue and whatever was ready got sent to you. And it kind of made it like, this is the thing you're going to watch. You didn't have all like the hour of scrolling to try to figure out what you were going to watch. That disc came in, that's what you're fucking watching.
I put it on the list. I'm taking it off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we all hung out at the movie store. I guess I'm more nostalgic for that than building a queue.
Aw.
Oh, thanks, Kron.
Thanks, dude.
It was good times.
Thanks, Kron. I'm here to destroy you tonight anyway.
Uh-oh.
It's for a rewind. Welcome.
Why do people like these?
I don't know.
I feel like there's been
over time that
there's been an
hatred for it.
uptick of people saying do rewinds.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, I'll
Get
probably
your fucking wish.
It's probably why I'm going to phone it in. If I'm not as funny, wait, that implies that I'm ever funny.
I mean, rewind was really just a break
Yes.
for us. Which was
Yes.
nice, I guess. We didn't
Hang
have to
out
plot
and talk
anything.
at something. Yeah, because we always thought, oh, that's the Patreon show, right?
Yeah.
That's the bonus once we start making the big bucks. Once we get all the subs.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
we-
making large amounts of money from this.
Yeah, we've also moved 5-star bangers and 2-day rentals to the Patreon. So if you're not signed up, you're probably not getting those.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are new to Rewinds, we are on number 10. So go fucking back to the first one and listen to all 9 of them and you'll be caught up.
When was the last one? Is this the first one of season 2?
The last one was June 24th, I believe, of 2023.
That's about how often we should do these.
With our great friends from Horror Drafts, Brantley and Nick. Shout out, guys. Love you.
Give us
Director.
episodes. Give us episodes.
Award-winning director and editor and
Just all around nice guys.
doing great things up there in the Northeast. Keep it up. We love you. But if you are new to Rewinds, this is where we have a big list of all the movies we've covered on 5-day rentals. We don't include our 5-star bangers on these lists or the box sets.
What's the number, Kron? What are we at?
Box sets on there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
can't.
A box set is.
Stats right now.
135.
Total movies, 135 films.
2 plates? Well, 1 plate, depending on what gym dude you're talking to. Gym bro.
What restaurant you go to?
Isn't it 2 45s and a 45 bar?
Yeah.
Well, that was like the standard. Are you working on like double-sized plates?
No. Sometimes some guy might say, oh, you got a plate on there, but that implies it's a 1 plate on each side.
Oh,
And then
okay.
if you say like, oh, it's just 2 plates, it's different each place. So
I want credit for every plate on the bar.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the only plate I'm excited about is a plate of sandwiches.
We're counting the 2.5s that I threw onto the end PR.
I feel like if a guy's like, dude, I benched 3 plates, he's saying he did 315.
Mm-hmm.
Because that scenario of like, you're loading the bench and there's a guy helping you on the other side and he's like, how many? And you're like, put 2 on there. So, but yeah, 135. That's your standard.
Mm-hmm.
Are you meatheads done?
No, fucker. That was just a warm up, dude.
All right, so we got 135 movies on this fucking list. And what we can do here is we play Rate My Letterboxd on each episode of 5-Day Rentals. And whenever we decide to do a rewind, the person with the most points from Rate My Letterboxd gets to choose when they want to go. We do it snake draft style, right?
Yeah, snake
Shit
style.
like
Yeah.
that. Snake style. And you can give 0.5 to... You get a full point. You can give a 0.5 to one. You can give a 0.5 to the other. 0.5 plus 0.5 makes 1. Or you can give 1 full point. Or you can take away if you'd like. Any movie on the board, minus the ones that have already had 2 moves from the past rewinds.
And you can
It
only
makes more sense when you listen.
you can only remove a half point. You cannot remove a full point.
But can you take a half point and a half point from 2 different movies? Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not? Who cares?
Okay,
Yeah, you
fuck
can do that.
I'm
That
just
you
trying to
can
remember
do.
the fucking rules. It's almost been a
Same.
year.
It's been since June since I've done this.
Yeah, Kron, jeez. Give us a break.
By the way, just real quick, I think movies that have already had 2 plays, Trimmers, Unhinged, Running Man, Amsterdam, Rad, Dead Heat, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, The Lawnmower Man, Black Roses, Shameful, Masterminds, Strangeland, and Monster Dog. Those cannot be selected.
Or the Greasy Strangler.
That can be. Oh, yeah, that's out. Sorry. I forgot that one had a plus and a minus.
I think I took one away.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So, with all of that, like I said, it makes more sense when you listen to it. We are going to go through this and do this. I believe Bones is the winner again in this rigged fucking game.
Don't say again. I don't think it's not like I've won every time. I mean, I probably won the majority of the times, probably.
Yeah, I think it
usually won the majority of them.
I think it bounces back between you and me.
Okay.
I can see the fucking marks on the wall back there. It says in big fucking bold letters, "Rewind victories."
It's weird that you do them in teeth marks. Dan is
look.
correct.
He added something. What a bunch of fucking loser ass wipes with little dicks. Oh, god damn, dude. Vicious.
It doesn't say you specifically, but if you're reading,
I can't read the small print. It says something.
Dan was correct. Bones is in the lead this round. He has 12 points total. Dan, I'm sorry, dude. You almost got there. You ended at 11.5. I have 10.5. And to be fair, Greg has 2. G-Baby has 1.
And Jill has 1.
Jill has 1.
My end goal really was to delay it until I got first. And then I revealed that, so that's why Bones wanted to have a rewind, so he wouldn't be a second place loser. Let's all.
We are doing a rewind.
That's why he wanted to do it. Let's get to the real reasons.
We are doing a rewind because we just did about a month's worth of work
in 2 days.
In 2 days.
A business trip.
And it would just be nice to hang out with my dudes via Zoom where I'm way more comfortable and just get through it.
I think the biggest benefit to the in-persons was that you had to wear pants when you recorded.
Benefit for you.
Yeah. It's like I can only see you from torso up, but I know, and it bothers me.
I will say big congrats to Kron. He was the first guy to spit under his balls. That was weird.
It's what he says he did. We didn't get...
Neither one of you two could do it. You couldn't do it.
I spit on your balls and you got mad at me.
Well, you made me wear my pants. So...
That's what your room... We had separate rooms.
My poor cock was blue when I got home. No air.
I don't think we're allowed to start a sentence with "my poor cock."
I think you are if you raise roosters.
Yeah.
Fuck. But yeah, we're going to do it. What?
Whoever wants position A is picks 1 and 6. Position B is 2 and 5. Position C is 3 and 4. Bones gets to make his selection first as the points leader. What would you like?
I'm gonna take the A.
Wow, what a shock.
What a shock. 1 and 6.
Every time. Dan, you were second in points.
I'm going B for the first time ever, maybe.
What a shock. B, the second selection picked. I will take C. I don't think we even needed to ask these questions.
I can see some benefit to the 3 and 4.
Well, you didn't pick it.
No.
You've never picked it.
Doesn't mean I can't see stuff. Doesn't mean I don't have empathy.
All right, if it was truly advantageous, you would have picked it at some point.
Yeah, but I like to have that last pick. I like to have that last defensive pick. I'm sorry. I'm a tactician, dude. Can't help it.
What
you don't see behind that whiteboard is my giant chessboard.
How long did you think about this episode today?
Very little.
Okay.
I didn't start thinking about this episode until an hour and a half ago.
I will say this. There's very little on here that I think needs adjusting. Very little. And I'm wondering if we're going to basically be going back and forth over the same 2 or 3 titles. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while. I could have had a kid in between the last rewind and now.
It's true.
Yeah.
I did. I literally did.
I know.
Congratulations.
Yeah, buddy. Hope you're hope she was okay with you being gone for a few days.
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
Did you patch that up?
I'm moving out soon.
It went downhill quick,
boys. I did not get anything negative from our Airbnb host, so I gave them a quick little review, and they gave us a quick 5-star. So
the podcast.
I wish.
Yeah, tell them.
You should tell them.
Tell them to put that 5
fucking 5 stars on podcast
on iTunes.
Yeah. Now you guys did remember to grab all your hustler cards, right?
Yeah, mine's still in my suitcase.
My wife almost found mine.
How?
You poor bastards. I straight up told my wife. I was like, hey,
I told my wife.
Yeah.
I just haven't got them out of my stuff.
I don't think it would be a big deal. She had to come over and work in my office because there was an issue with the plugs in her office. And then I saw that she had fanned through them, but she didn't go far enough to hit the hustler cards.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think she would really be that offended if she found them.
If you want to send them to me, I can hold on to them for you.
No, you're not getting mine, dude.
If you want to send half to Bones and half to me.
Yeah.
You were both trying to take them at the fucking Airbnb.
Who was that one that was bent over? What was her name?
There were 2. I think there were 2.
Forget about her, dude.
Yeah.
You've seen enough of her.
No, I have not.
Hold her up to the camera, man.
No.
You should put that in a fucking frame and put it behind you.
At least send me the photo.
You could have taken one while we were there.
He's pulling it out of his wallet, folks.
Now it's a little creased.
Oh, yeah.
Divine, was that her name? Or Devin?
It is. Oh, you were way off, dude. It's Venus.
Venus. Rhymes with my penis. I didn't say put it down.
You've seen enough.
Hold it up the whole time.
No.
Pull those cards out the next rainy night. Maybe the power goes out. You and the old lady get underneath the sheet, candlelight, and you
just start looking.
Just go through those cards. Yeah.
I said, I had him out on the thing, and I said, look at those cards. And I said, my next Valentine's Day card, I want you to recreate one of those. I've been sleeping in the basement ever since.
Well, at least you got your cards to keep you company.
She threw them away.
Shit.
Poor guy.
Nah. She did every single card.
The bummer is now people are going to want to see these cards, Kron.
We'll post them on Discord.
Okay.
We'll post all of them.
Just cover Yeah, maybe get creative with like.
I'm not covering anything.
Oh.
You horn dogs, sound off if you want to see some Hustler cards from 1983.
All right. But what we are talking about is, if you are listening to this, last month was our Smashville category, where we had a ton of fun in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I agree.
also, maybe you got a little special treat in April. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We're so far ahead now, I have no fucking idea what the schedule of the podcast is.
Whole other podcast, dude. I don't know anything about that April stuff.
All right. Are we ready to kick this off?
I don't know. Do you guys want to do your recent discoveries, or do you just want to kick it off? Because you didn't even look, did you?
Guys, shut the hell up real quick. I think it was Rewind 1, maybe Rewind 2. I gave an update that rats were overrunning the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
We have occasionally referenced this from time to time. I do have an update on the status of the rats in Chicago.
Is this a real one?
This is 100% real.
All right.
Is this from a supermarket tabloid?
No.
Sorry, I dropped my massage ball.
Is it from the Chicago Sun-Times?
That massage ball's seen some places with no pants on.
Talking about those hustler cards.
I'm practicing spitting underneath it. I roll it out and I try to spit underneath it.
This is a transcript from an audio file that was recovered.
This might be the last message from the Echo Group Resistance. We thought we had the upper hand, but in all the panic, we were forced lower and lower into the underground tunnels. Into their territory. My God, I've never seen droppings this big. This shouldn't have happened. None of this should have happened. I told Matt something was wrong. A big piece of cheese laid out on a board like that. Why couldn't he see that they were doing to us what we did to them? But I don't know, with the food so thin and everybody so hungry, I guess you couldn't blame the guy. His neck snapped like a hard pretzel that we used to eat every summer outside Wrigley. Christ, those were the days. If this message gets out, please tell Martha that I love her. And our boy, Ezekiel, I can't explain it right now, but that old crone was right. He has the vision. He can see what no man has seen before him. The prophecy was right. Keep him safe. Christ, what was that? And then in the audio, there's like a bunch of yelling and gunfire right here. Mm-hmm. My God, his head is the size of a melon. So it's true. The smart rat is real.
That's where the transmission cuts out.
Damn.
I guess Chicago's not our next stop for our live event.
Well, thoughts and prayers to those fighting the good fight in the sewers of Chicago.
I think I'm on the rat side.
Check back in on the next rewind for how this radio play develops.
I am ready for my first selection.
Well, let's have at it then. Bones,
Yes.
you are up.
Thanks,
On
guys.
the board.
Thank you, listeners. Looking at the list this week, I found myself looking at what would be in this PDF, the second page. And I have felt this for some time, that maybe some of the stuff covered in our first year, I wonder if I were to look through it through today's lens, where would I come down? And quite honestly, I think The Hunger is a little low for me. I would like to put a 0.5 into Tony Scott's The Hunger.
All right, a 0.5 into The Hunger.
It is currently, or before my adjustment, it was at 85, below On Deadly Ground and above House of the Devil.
This will bring it up to number 59 on the big list. A decent move. This puts it below Resurrection and right above Class of 1999. I think I'm fine with this. The Hunger is kind of an arty vampire movie, right? Like,
yeah, but I think about it all the time. It's sexy, it's arty, but like coherent.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's highly stylized, but there is substance to it. Yeah, I genuinely wonder if this was something that we covered, you know, within the last year versus our first year. I think we would have appreciated it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, you're correct.
I agree with it. Bones and I were both originally at 2.5. 3 is very reasonable for this, so I like it.
Cool. Danimal.
It's a good pick, Bones. It's a good movie. I like that movie. All right. Maybe I woke up and chose violence today. I'm taking a point from Prince of Darkness. 0.5. This top 10 is too Kron heavy, and I don't like it.
God.
For the listeners, Kron does the math. The Prince of Darkness was at number 4, below Tremors and above Unhinged. It had previously had a 0.5 put into it.
That would bring it down to number 26 on the big list. Dan.
I think I was going to go that low.
This would put it below such films as Phantom of the Paradise, The Swimmer, Raising Cain, Targets. Right off the bat, dude, I think you fucking botched it. This is a terrible move. It's just such a good fucking movie.
It is, but I think underneath there's better movies.
I mean, if your whole idea was let's get Kron out of the top 10, you just bumped up Extreme Prejudice to number 10.
Yeah, it's still the same.
I still got another move.
All right.
And sadly, this does lock Prince of Darkness.
That's correct.
I'm not fair to say equally bummed, Kron, but also bummed.
How could you should not be bummed? You were the one that's like, Prince of Darkness is a little too high. You said that multiple times.
But I find the fucking audio where I've said that.
No, Bones, not Kron.
Okay,
Bones,
I was
not
about
Kron.
to say, dude, would never. It could be number 1.
Okay, I probably a little. So statistically, is this where it would have been before? Up, down?
Yeah, based on ratings, because we just zeroed out like the previous adjustment.
Putting it at number 4, yes, that was a little high. It being below Rumblefish, being below Mad God.
How is Mad God that high?
This is the world you want to live in, Dan. I don't know. You tell me, man.
It's always the one I look at and I'm like, huh?
I don't know. I gave it a 3. You gave it a 4. Bones gave it a 3.5. I think George gave it a 5, which is baked in to the ending number you're seeing there.
Okay. That's my move. I like Prince of Darkness, okay? It's a good movie.
I don't think you do
Okay.
like it.
I'm not big time bummed.
I'm big time bummed.
But I think Unhinged, Ricochet, Running Man, Cliffhanger, Apocalypto are way better than Prince of Darkness.
This was a personal attack.
So what's in 4 now? Unhinged?
To be fair, Unhinged is the only one that asks a bigger question than Prince of Darkness does.
This has echoes of the Black Roses Bones move.
Which I know you won't ever forgive me for this, just
I
like
will-
you've never
I
forgiven
will-
for that.
I will not. I'll never forgive you for doing that.
I'm sorry I didn't give you a courtesy tap. I'm sorry.
All right. Prince of Darkness, number 26 now on the big list.
This is what the people want, Kron. They want us to shake it up, baby.
That's why I tried to get rid of this fucking game, dude.
You're the only one that gets mad. Stop being so good at picking your movies, dude.
All right, guys.
Where's that Texas Chainsaw The Next Generation Kron at?
That's the bottom of the list, dude. Dead last.
That's the Kron I want. Make Kron Texas Chainsaw again.
All right, guys. Pick number 3. It's my pick. I did reach out to our friend Greg. He had 2 points on the board. I believe in the Road House episode. I don't keep track of every guest we have. I kind of have a guest column. Somehow, if you're looking at the screen, Brantley ended up with his own column, but no other guest has their own.
Aw, he's going to love that.
I mean, I think I've put other people's scores into Brantley's column if we've had 2 guests at a time. These are both just guest placed. One of them is named Brantley. All that to say, I think I did take away a point from Greg, a legitimate point. He fired off on the Discord and said, I'm not very happy about that. So I reached out to him. I said, hey man, I got 2 picks. I don't really care about this list of movies that much. Until Dan fucks it all up.
I bring you right back in.
And I just said, hey, here's the list. Move something up or down by 0.5. I don't care. And he got back to me pretty quick. And he said, only one choice to make here. We gotta bump up Castle Freak. So that's what we're gonna do now, guys.
How does he know where Castle Freak is?
Because I sent him the list. It had Castle Freak on it.
Oh. Oh, poor Greg. He's going to have those 3 episodes spoiled.
What if he hates our episode
we may
of
or may
Castle
not
Freak?
be recording this before those come out.
And guys, I hate
That's
to
fair.
say it, that 0.5 bumps up Castle Freak to number 8 on the big list. You might not like it, and if you don't like it, tell Greg. You want to take out a Prince of Darkness? Boom. Now you got a Castle Freak to deal with.
I like Castle Freak more than Prince of Darkness.
I think I would definitely pick Prince of Darkness over those 2.
All right.
Bones, what are we going to do here?
I don't know.
We've got ourselves, we've been nice, we've been fair, and look what we're dealing with. It's a never-ending story.
The important thing to remember is that this isn't personal.
We haven't got 7 years into this show. It's personal.
This is Greg's move. I mean,
I would like to hear Greg say this.
Yeah. Can you show us the message? Can you confirm?
I can indeed.
I mean, I believe you.
Because why he didn't choose Wild at Heart fucking
Shut
blows
up.
my goddamn mind.
I said don't move up Wild at Heart.
You can't see. Did you?
Okay, I can't see it, but I believe you that you're holding it up that far.
Here's what I sent him. Rate my Letterboxd Rewind record tonight, and you have points. Make one of my picks for me. Add or subtract 0.5 from something. Godspeed. And then I said, you can't pick anything in orange. Everything else is on the board. And then I said, please not Wild at Heart.
See, you tainted the water there.
I have to hope that Greg didn't realize that 0.5 would take it as far up as it went.
He replied, we simply must move Castle Freak up. He didn't even have to think about it twice.
Okay. Hey, once we started outsourcing these, that's what happens, right? And that's fair.
We're put a bid out.
We're getting community engagement, and I love it.
Highest bidder gets a pick for money.
I don't know how we're going to split 4 cents up 3 ways, Dan.
You can have one of mine. You can just have the full one, Dan. Take all 4 cents.
Thank you. It's about time.
The banking fee would not be worth it.
I want 2 of those.
Okay, you both just split the 2 then. No, split the 4 to get 2. 2 and 2 make 4. 4 minus 2 is 2.
And that's the next pick.
Dan, I think before we do picks 4, 5, and 6, we did have another topic tonight. What is it?
Do you want to do recent discoveries, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We used to do quizzes and shit, but who's got the time?
Yeah,
That's probably what people liked about these.
let's eliminate the
You
thing
yelling
we really
rigged and Dan doing poorly on a quiz.
and saying, "God damn it!" But yeah, if you want to just name some shit that you've seen this year that you think was great, that really tickled your fancy. It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be a video game or a book or another podcast or something.
This is, we are weeks away. I mean, there's a month in between the release of this and the release of our Road House episode, and also the release of the Amazon Prime remake. But Dan, you and I did watch Road House with Jake G and Conor McGregor.
I'm surprised you finished it.
Once you get to a certain point, you kind of have to. I don't really necessarily want to spend too much time on it. Did it feel more like a Fast and the Furious movie to you than a Roadhouse movie?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'd say yes.
Another question to you. Do you think that Conor McGregor was going for funny? Or he just failed fantastically at being terrifying?
I've seen a lot of stuff that says that Conor McGregor is the only fun part of that movie. And I think I disagree with that. I think he's just like everybody else in that movie. The like constant smiling. And I think we text. I don't even think he talked.
He talks. You just can hardly understand him.
Like I almost turned it off when he goes through the fence of where the band is, and he's like, "Hello, band." I was just like, "What the fuck?"
It's pretty lame. But it's also weirdly fascinating. Like, I didn't like it, but I kind of want to watch it again. I don't understand.
It's a car crash.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say there are some fun moments. Does Gyllenhaal work as Dalton? I don't think so.
You
just should have made it a totally different character.
This is what I've talked to some people about. I genuinely think he had zero energy. I think trying to maintain that physique for the length of that shoot, obviously, very limited carbs. I don't know what was going on. He had more energy in Nightcrawler, where he was, rail thin and wiry.
115 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, in this, and I don't know if that's like a decision. I mean, he's famous for like, oh, this is the weird thing I want this character to do, constant blinking or whatever. But there are times in Roadhouse where he's just, did he just wake up? Is he asleep at the bar while they're shooting pickups? He looks great. He moves great. But, I mean, he's a better on-screen fighter than McGregor is.
Yeah, and the fighting was just like added in like
and
CGI. It was really weird.
Every single supporting character felt like they were from a different movie. It's odd. It's like Fortnite or some shit. Like how Fortnite throws in like different IPs.
It's like did you see the preview for Borderlands? It's kind of like that.
Atrocious. Looks atrocious. I can't wait to watch it.
But it's not good. Not good.
That being said, I think you should watch it.
Again?
No, just to anybody. Like just throw it on.
So you're recommending people watch the new Roadhouse. Sorry.
I'm saying it's bad. Throw it on. Like Dan said, throw it on. If it doesn't catch your attention, at least get past the opening where you can't see fucking shit because it's so dark.
Was I right with my Conor McGregor's you're in or out for you?
For me, more so than McGregor, it was the big bad, the douchey son of our big bad that you don't see off, like, basically the guy that is failing, and he is the reason McGregor is called in. That scene to me was, I think the kids say cringe now.
Mm-hmm.
No Ben, or Brad Wesley rather, is his character's name in the original. I mean, the original obviously is a 5-star, but this is interesting. My positive recommendation would be FX's Shogun. I believe is a must-watch.
I think I got a DVR.
Yeah, the wife and I started episode 1. And then we had to do a bunch of other shit, so I don't think we've come back to it, but I would like to. I mean, I liked what I saw, so.
Yeah, it is scratching that Game of Thrones itch. It's nice to, doing this show doesn't necessarily plug us into like the current cultural zeitgeist. So it's nice every once in a while for me to dig into something that's, watching week to week and talking about it with coworkers or whatever, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's really well executed, so I would recommend Shogun. What show is this?
It's 5-day rentals.
Okay. When do you go now?
Kron, what do you got?
I'm going to give 2 quick ones here. I got kind of interested for a little bit there at the end of 2023 in like Hong Kong cinema, like heroic bloodshed kind of stuff. And I watched a few. I bought a few. I ended up rewatching on a SD rip that I have, John Woo's The Killer. And I absolutely loved it. I ended up rating it 5 stars. Thought it was excellent. I mean, it is a little long, and I think it just kind of flips and flops on who's a good guy and who's a bad guy so many times that I could see people getting a little burned out on it. But man, how we talked about it on the Hard Target thing. It's like, if you got John Woo directing action, it's kind of hard to beat. And there's enough action throughout that movie that it just turns into, double pistols constantly, like 1,000 guys running in trying to kill 2 guys, and the 2 guys make it out. It turns into like the most extreme, action flick out there. So I had a ton of fun watching that one. I would recommend anyone who hasn't seen it, track down the killer, John Woo. You'll have a good time. Have you guys seen that one?
Yes, I believe I have.
I may not have, or if I have, I might be conflating it with, or mixing it in with Hard Boiled.
Yeah, Hard Boiled, that's his other big one.
That's the baby hospital scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And opens in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like the tea shop with all the birds and shit and cages. Yeah.
It's John Woo.
And then I've kind of been trying to catch up on, Oscar-y stuff from last year when it pops up on streaming. So I'm going to throw a rec out for this one. I do think it kind of got lost in the Oscar shuffle. We referenced it earlier, I think, in this episode. I really liked Priscilla. I am not a huge Sofia Coppola guy. I would honestly say for the most part, like most of her movies, I could live without. Not a huge fan of Lost in Translation. Not a huge fan of Virgin Suicides. I thought Priscilla was super entertaining and had some very, for as serious as the story is, has some very interesting humor mixed into it. Like, there's a part where Elvis is like, Scylla, I want you to have these handguns. It's just like, all right, it's so fucking weird. But I don't know, I kind of almost as a companion piece to the Baz Luhrmann Elvis, which was like big and bombastic and, focused on Elvis, of course. I do think it's like an interesting companion piece to that movie where it's a little bit more reserved, focused on her instead of him. And like I said, I think it just, out of any Sofia Coppola movie, it connected with me more than any of them have. So, check out Priscilla.
Hell yeah. I've seen it. You mentioned I should watch it. I thought it was pretty decent. Not bad. Could watch it with the lady.
Mm-hmm.
But Elvis was kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Huge asshole. But I don't know, man. It's that same guy from Saltburn. Mm-hmm. And some of his deliveries just crack me up. Like, I get that he's a dick, but there's something about his performance when, there's a part where he's like, lots of women would love to be reading these philosophies with me, Scylla. Shit cracked me up, dude.
There's one where they're leaving and it's the tour bus and the guy's like, hey, come on, man. And he's like, yeah, get on that goddamn bus. Yeah, I'm driving. And somebody's like, haven't you been drinking? He's like, it's fine. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't want to totally overplay the comedy though. I mean, it is a kind of a bummer too, I'm he was a very abusive person to her. So, but I think the tones in the movie are balanced really, really well.
And I mean, that's why you love Castle Freak as much as you do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's probably, would you say you could watch Castle Freak and Priscilla same weekend?
Yeah, those are also good companion movies. So
another Kron top 10 Castle Freak.
I didn't pick that. Greg picked that.
Greg. Thank you, Greg. Listen to Weekly Podcast Massacre.
This was a kind of a lame duck Oscar year for me in terms of what I saw. I mean, I just saw The Holdovers like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was genuinely bummed that like Priscilla didn't get nominated for anything at all. I mean, I thought there was, like costumes at least were good enough to like throw a nomination out there. Just felt like to me it should have got something. And if it didn't win, it didn't win. But to just completely get snubbed, I was kind of,
It's all so political though, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking Barbie. Poor Things. Come on.
Oppenheimer.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, Penelope Cruz and Ferrari, that was my performance of the year. I can't believe that didn't get any attention.
Even Driver, he should have got something too. They're pretty good.
Dan, your recommendations.
I hit you with 3 here real quick. Since we are talking Oscars, I did watch The Zone of Interest. It's a beautiful, tragic, use your senses, audience, do some work type of movie, which I enjoy. I think directors should be pushing that these days. But check that out. It's pretty good. I think it's streaming on Max, like on the 5th, I believe. I watched a movie with Treat Williams and Laura Dern called Smooth Talk from 1985. And this is one of the creepiest Treat Williams like performances I think you'd ever will come across. But pretty sweet movie. It's streaming on Criterion, a very coming of age for the ladies type of movie. So check that out. And guys, I watched Risky Business from 1983 for the first time, and I absolutely fucking loved it. I've been thinking about it like ever since I watched it, like I think last month.
Yeah, you called off work for that one, right?
Oh yeah, I was called off work. But yeah, I thought it was really good. Blu-rays are a little expensive right now for some reason, but son of a bitch.
Bless you, Dan.
No fucking bless me.
Dan sneezed in case I didn't edit that out. Or I did edit it out. And you're wondering why I said it. Now I did. You know what? I'm not going to edit it out.
I mean, I'm fine.
Are you going to edit out your explanation?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. The whole point of this was an easy week for me after editing 5 or 4 Smashville things. Basically 5. All right. Fuck it. Are we done? Are we ready to move on with the second half of this fist fight?
Let's do it. Let
All
me
right.
put my fucking knuckles in some broken glass first.
Ooh, Rambo 3 style?
Bloodsport?
All right, guys. My first pick on this rewind. Bones, I think you made, an interesting, great, pretty middle of the list selection. I liked it. Dan, I think you came in hot. You fucked it up.
Thanks.
Greg, I think you're beautiful. You could never make a mistake in my heart. But now it's time for Kron to make a pick himself. Because of the Castle Freak maneuver, I was kind of looking at a few things here. Now, I do want to say, we've had 2 movies now. Top 2 movies. They came in with 2 5s and a 4.5. Those are Road House and Tombstone. Bones did, on his Road House episode, bring in a ringer to bump up the points a little. Make sure Road House got up there. And I was thinking, I'm just going to bump up Tombstone. I'm going to put it back at number 1. But then I thought, I don't know. I don't know if I could pull a Batman Returns and add a 0.5 to my own 5.
We've never covered that movie.
Batman Returns? Oh,
Yeah.
Batman, the one with Riddler. Beyond?
The Batman?
No.
Riddler.
Beyond?
Don't help him, Bones. Don't help him.
It's Beyond.
No, it is not.
All right.
Don't
fine.
look at your fucking list,
I'm
you
gonna.
cheater.
Why would I not look at the list?
God damn it.
Batman Forever. I didn't think for me, I was like, I can't put a 0.5 into Tombstone because it's already, a 5 in my book. So I think what I'm going to do is because Castle Freak bumped essentially Extreme Prejudice out of the list, I think that's where I'm going to put my 0.5. So I'm going to add 0.5 to Extreme Prejudice.
Why?
I think it's a good fucking movie. What more do you need?
I was just wanting the listener to have some explanation.
I think it's just got a lot of, things that check the box for me. Like, ton of character actors, weird Western shit going on. That's going to bump it up to number 2. So there you go. Now it's in the top 10, along with Castle Freak.
You guys remember when we were talking about season 2 starting and we were like, should we start a new list? And I was like, nah. I want to go back on that and say yes.
Okay, Dan, are you ready?
For number 5,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to put a 0.5 to Rumblefish.
What
Because
the
it should have been a 5 for me.
Jesus Christ.
Bones, can I have your last pick?
Not after that Rumblefish move, dude.
What the... What is your guys' problem with Rumblefish?
That puts Rumblefish at number 5 on the big list. Dan, it's not that good of a movie, dude.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of boring.
Okay. So is Extreme Prejudice, but shouldn't be number 2.
Wow, I grossly miscalculated this.
This is going to be the last rewind. This is going to be the last rewind ever.
How are you mad at me when you just took Extreme Prejudice to 2?
Because Extreme Prejudice was a movie that we all rated fairly highly. So to me, bumping that up from 12 to 2, that's not that big of a deal.
You're trying to take every top 10 spot.
You took a movie that 2 of us did not like and put it in the top 10. If anyone's trying to be like, I want to make moves that represent the podcast overall, that's me.
Well,
You're the one who's coming in here with these, I want to move up the movie I like.
This is what he does. He blames me for all of the crazy moves and the crazy picks, and he's secretly filling in the top 20 with Kron picks.
That's not true.
Listen, it is true. Listen to the rewinds.
I don't have enough rewind picks to move all my movies up into the top 20. I can't help that we all like them.
That's part of the plan. Your plan.
God's plan.
Bones, thoughts, concerns?
I think your main concern should be with Rumblefish being at number 5 on the big list, Bones.
If you take Rumblefish a 0.5. I'm coming for you next rewind. We'll do a rewind every category.
Listen, this goes back to my original misunderstanding of what the rewind intent was. It was not a, hey, this movie has three fours, so let's add another 0.5 to secure it even higher. What it should have been was, hey, I gave something a 2. I think it should actually be a 2.5. Or I gave something a 4. Dan gave it a 2. I think it deserves a little bit of a bump, so let me change Dan's 2 to a 2.5. And you don't mess with the average as much as we do now.
That's how we've always done it, though.
I understand that, but from like the very get-go, I'm admitting that obviously I'm the outlier. You guys, it was a 2-1 decision. You guys wanted it added to the score, to the final average. But also this dick measuring contest of fucking top 10 things is like killing me.
Because it's wrong, I know.
Are
And
you
you have every right to be upset.
I'm
are
going
you
to be
saying the pick you just made is wrong?
Me? No. My picks were all right.
I don't know how it's that big of a deal to move Extreme Prejudice up.
You seen it? Well, it was at number 11.
It's a movie we all like.
I think it's
And
pretty,
really what I did was I bumped Big Trouble out of the top 10. I think you two like Extreme Prejudice more than you like Big Trouble.
I don't
I mean,
I don't know. I gave them both a 4. It wasn't like there was a 2 in there. This is democracy, people. This is
what the people want.
But I mean, this is how, I don't know. At a certain point, you just got to throw your hands up and say it doesn't fucking matter.
Eventually, if we do
Because-
enough of these, we're not going to be able to touch the top 10.
Yeah.
So the rules are going to have to change to where the 2 move has to go.
I think we do 4 more movies and we just stop the show. Stop doing this. What are we doing? Rating other people's art? Who the fuck do we think we are?
I tried to get rid of these and we brought them back. So
I really don't know what to do now.
I think there's an obvious thing to do.
Well, you might have to do that in a year when we do this again.
What the fuck, dude?
Why are you putting that on me?
You picked 1 and 6.
I think I hear Criterion Dan coming back.
I don't think he ever left.
Yeah,
Knocking on the door over here.
I think the edge was a fluke. I truly don't know because I think Extreme Prejudice is a little high.
Thank you, Bones.
I think it's a little high. I think Rumblefish is
Should
high.
go higher.
No, is high. I think Castle Freak is high. Castle Freak above Apocalypto. Wild.
It's Friday Reynolds, baby.
Yeah. I truly don't know. Because, no, I know what I want to do. This round has been positive so far. Actually, this whole game has been positive, right? We haven't.
Dan gave
I
a
took-
negative 0.5 to.
Prince of Darkness.
Oh, that's double negative. That was why I was thinking. I feel like whatever I do in terms of a negative for either of these, I'm digging myself a hole and I'm fighting a battle I don't want to fight. So I'm going to be positive to something that I really loved. I've mentioned it probably every other episode since we've covered it. I'm not embarrassed by my high rating of it. And I'm going to add some more. I'm going to add a 0.5 into Livewire. I don't think it's going to crack top 10 or anything, but I gave it a 4.5 originally. Kron a 3.5. Dan a 3. But probably for the same reasons, you know, Kron loves Extreme Prejudice. I loved Livewire. The thing cooks, it books, it's got awesome action sequences, crazy deaths and explosions, manages to fit a weird romantic and child loss subplot in there. It's concise. Where was it at before? It was
39.
Kind of mid-level. Yeah. Oh, higher mid. Okay.
It's going to end up at number 16 on the big list.
Yep. I'm happy with that. And I would totally understand if you guys said it was a little high. But
Yeah.
It's not as egregious as some of the picks made today.
I told you before we started this.
I'm just going to start
violence.
voting present on these fucking things.
This is why I said let's start bringing in a guest.
I did.
Ease the tension.
I brought a guest pick in.
You guys would still fight in front of a guest.
You goddamn right.
And then we have to talk to them off mic and explain to them that it's not personal. And then when they get off, you guys are like, fuck you, Kron. Fuck you, Dan.
Your top 25 movies are as follows. Number 1, Road House. Number 2, Extreme Prejudice. Tremors. Tombstone. I don't know how that worked out. I gotta check the math. Tombstone was a 2. When I bumped up Extreme Prejudice, it went down to 4. I have to look at that. Roadhouse, Extreme Prejudice, Tremors, Tombstone, Rumblefish, way too high. Unhinged, Ricochet, Running Man, Cliffhanger, Castle Freak, Apocalypto, Big Trouble in Little China, Amsterdammed, Maniac Cop 2, Rad, Livewire, Old Henry, Breakdown, Road Games, Swallow, Phantasm, Raising Cain, Dead Heat, Mad God, and Phantom of the Paradise. That is the top 25 on the big list.
Sounds like a nice mix of movies.
Yeah, the Tombstone Rumblefish thing is interesting because...
Are you still adding in the letterboxd average, Kron?
Yeah, so basically the calculation, it takes R3 scores first, then it adds in the review show, and then it adds in essentially the averaged letterbox score. But it only uses the average letterbox to basically determine stuff like all this shit here that's 4.17.
Mm-hmm.
So that the average letterbox really only determines how that stuff gets ranked. So if our score is like, oh, this should be 1, this should be 2, and then we've got 4 movies that are all 4 or 3, it'll rank all that internally. So the average letterbox will never bump something up to 1 or, like up above a legitimate pick that we make.
Okay.
All right, so bear with me on this math. I'm sure this is fascinating to listen to. So Tombstone and Rumblefish, ending score column, they both are at a 4.83.
Tombstone is 4.83. Rumblefish is 4.33.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Which one was I then looking at? Oh, Extreme Prejudice above. That was the other pick. 4.6.
Yep. So Extreme Prejudice and Tremors both have an ending score of 4.67. That's our scores. And then Letterboxd says Extreme Prejudice has an average score of 3.6 versus 3.5. So then that's what this tiebreaker column does. Is It just says that Letterboxd determines this is slightly above the other one.
Got you. So regardless of Letterboxd average being 3.8 on Tombstone, which is more than 3.6 for Extreme Prejudice, that's what's confusing me, is that it's both higher on our score and the Letterboxd average. So Extreme Prejudice going up and kicking Tombstone down doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at that one. I don't know if something got off in a formula somewhere.
Riveting. But that's it, folks. All 6 moves. Hatred. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed all the Smashville episodes. They were very fun. I enjoyed hanging out with the boys. I think we got some good stuff there.
I had fun. It was worth the drive.
Yeah.
Hopefully the audio quality on those is somewhat listenable.
I think they'll come out all right.
People get to hear the passing traffic and the bird that got into the dryer vent.
It's exciting stuff.
I don't think my piss into the toilet was audible. I was nervous at one point that I would have to edit that, but...
And that bird was tasty.
You guys didn't say anything too mean about me while I was in the bathroom, which was nice. Nothing great, nothing super nice, but which was my plan the whole time. I know it's difficult, like emotionally, for you guys to express love face to face.
I hug you guys every time I see you.
The one time a year.
Mm-hmm. The problem is that you lead with your crotch.
Have you guys cut anything with your pocket knives?
Yeah, our friendship after this review show.
You're contracted for 3 more years, Kron. Kron, please tell the people what we have coming up.
Oh, man. If you thought this review show was terrible, just get ready. Because we're about to start the thing that we're best at when we get right down to it. Guys, it's the Revenge 5. The Revenge of Puppets Revenge / New Moon. We're going to do 3 more puppet movies. None of them can be full moon features.
Okay, hold on. Revenge 5, The Revenge of Puppets Revenge, New Moon?
That's correct.
Okay.
What is that, 4 colons?
Thank you for that.
It's 2. It's really 1 and a /.
It might be the most agitating selection process I've had so far.
I thought you already had your pick.
I do. but it's tough.
For like plot wise?
No, like what to pick? It's the most. He's going to piss, so I'm going to say real mean things about him. It is a restrictive ass category.
I've tried to tell him that.
I know, but every fucking letterbox list, every little thing that I looked through were like, all right, random puppet, random doll. Fucking Charles Band.
You type mannequin, you type like killer puppet, like you find killer puppets, and that's like, we don't want to saturate that type of movie.
Yeah. And then
you get Child's Play and shit like that. But.
Yeah. And so much purposefully like tongue-in-cheek stuff.
Oh, there's some
that I've started on, Tubi or whatever, and then realized like, oh, this is purposely like cheap and meant as a comedy. And you're getting into Greasy Strangler sort of territory at a certain point. But brutal.
Oh yeah. He got the easy one.
He had to get up and pee right during his segment. And I tried to end the show on that knife joke. Now we're just filling time.
Hey, since we're here, join the Discord. Chat with us. I mean, we could have been included on a Discord chat with Greg today about this Castle Freak supposed pick.
Yeah, I wonder what lines of dialogue in that message he deleted before he showed us.
I mean,
we should probably just end the show like this episode. He's giving us the finger. He's back.
Oh, shit. He's back, people.
Sup, dude? Everything okay?
Are we done?
Nope.
You were telling us what the next movie was.
Oh, you're still going?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us what your movie was for Puppets Revenge.
Yeah, we had to fill the whole time. And we said nothing but nice things about you.
We will be watching from the year 1988, directed by Sander Stern. The movie is Pin, and we will be joined by the one and only Mount Molehill. He's excited to chop it up, puppets and dolls with us.
He was put on the spot, to be fair.
Yeah, but he also agreed.
He says he always answers the call.
Let's call him right now.
Mm-hmm. Call him up, Dan.
You guys can.
Test that theory.
He'd answer. I think.
I'm exhausted, man.
Why? Did you enjoy your break?
Aaron Armadillo took it out of me. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
I am not editing those out.
God bless
They're at the end. They don't need to be in there.